A savanna or tropical grassland or shrubland is a grassland with shrubs and trees. This is a part of the tropical rainforest or desert biome. Most of the trees are isolated because there is not enough rainfall for many trees to thrive in. They are found on the edges of tropical rainforest and on the sides of the equator. Some locations include Southern Asia, Central and South America, and Africa. Savannas are mostly warm all year. They have two contrasting seasons, the dry season in winter and the wet season in summer. The dry season gets very little rainfall, and from December to February there is no rain. The weather drops to around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. However, during the wet season in summer there is a lot of rainfall. Africa faces monsoon rains in May with up to 25 inches of rain. The temperature rises during the season, and when the hot air combines with the cold air above, rain pours. Rain can pour for hours in these circumstances.
This graph helps to show just how the weather is in every month, indicated by the red line, and we can see how steady the numbers increase every month, level off for a while, and by the end of the month, start decreasing usually. From the multicolored bars, we get a sense of how much rainfall each month produces, and we can see the usual is pretty low, ranging from a few centimeters each month, but we can see the months where it picks up very much, like August, July, and September.
One of the most common savannas are the East African savannas. Some savannas in South America are found in Brazil, Colombia, and Venezuela, where savannas occupy 2.5 million square kilometers of the land. That's equivalent to 1/4 of Canada. Another savanna can be found in northern Australia. The tropical savanna is filled with vast plains, small rivers, and mountain ranges.
When it comes to some abiotic factors other than precipitation and climate, we also see how elevation and humidity play an important role in these biomes. The typology, or elevation of land, can vary from some parts having very high elevation to some dropping down in elevation. These lands are usually very wide, and the ground is uneven as there are hills everywhere. But really, it all depends on which grassland you come across. Temperate grasslands are usually more flat and occur in areas to mid to low elevation. Flooded grasslands are almost all flat and in areas of low elevation. And montane grasslands are usually in areas of high elevation. On the other hand, biotic factors of the grasslands and savannas are what make them so interesting. Many of the animals have specific animals they prey on, which help to reduce the competition. The East African savanna are common to hold animals like lions, zebras, elephants, and giraffes. South America's savannas and grasslands are home to some of the world's most recognizable species, including elephants, giraffes, rhinos, hyenas, and even warthogs. Herbivores have an easy survival because there is a lot of grass and lots of room to roam around on. There is also a lot of carnivores to feed on them. The savannas in South America are constantly overflowing because of the basin of Venezuela and Colombia, which caused the plants to have adapted to growing in water. The capybara and marsh deer have also adapted to this aquatic life. On the other hand, plants of the savanna are highly specialized to grow in this environment of long periods of drought. They have long taproots that can reach to the deep water, thick bark to resist annual fires, trunks that can store water, and leaves that drop off during the winter to conserve water. The grasses have adaptations that discourage animals from grazing on them. Some grasses are too sharp, and some are even bitter tasting for some animals. Many grasses grow from the bottom up so that the growth tissue doesn't get damaged by the other animals. Many plants of the savanna also have storage organs, like bulbs, for making it through the dry season.
Many animals and birds in the savanna
have long legs or wings to be able to go on long migrations. Many burrow underground to avoid the heat or to raise their children. The savanna is a perfect place for birds of prey like hawks and buzzards. The wide open plain provides them with a clear view of their prey, and there is an occasional tree to rest on or nest in. Animals don't sweat to lose body heat, so they lose it through panting or through large areas of exposed skin, like ears, like those of the elephant.
As for the giraffe's long legs and necks, they are able to reach up into the tallest of trees and pluck off the healthiest of leaves because they are herbivores. Lions' fur and coat help them camouflage in the brown savanna and stalk their prey. Lions can run up to 40 miles per hour, which helps them catch their prey. The zebra has a greater tactic. Their herd always stays close together, so if a predator attacks, then they will be confused by all the zebras because they all look alike. There are 300,000 zebras on the African savanna. Imagine trying to find the one you were looking for. As for the leopard, they can easily hide in the tall grasses and wait to strike their next opponent. Horses also travel together in packs, and they are very fast runners, with their mane helping them to glide across the desert. As you can see in this food web of the African savanna, there is a lot of competition, like between the lion and the hyena fighting over meat. Although the lion will most likely reign supreme because it is always at the top of the food chain, they are still neck and neck in this competition. The primary producers are the stargrass, red oat grass, and the acacia tree, which is only going to be found in Africa primarily. Next we have the grasshopper, harvester ant, topee, termite, warthog, dung beetle, hare, wild beast, Thompson's gazelle, impala, and mouse as the primary consumers. The secondary consumers are the pangolin, aardvark, and mongoose, which are fed on by the tertiary consumers of wild dog, hyena, lion, cheetah, caracol, serval, rupals, vulture, and tawny eagle. As we just learned about relationships in class, an example of parasitism in the African savanna is ticks on lions. The tick harms the lion by drinking its blood and making it weep. An example of mutualism in the African savanna is with the gazelle. Birds eat insects off their backs, which benefits both of them, as the birds are fed and the gazelle isn't pestered anymore. No pun intended. Oh, thank you, irrelevant monkey. An example of commensalism is with hyenas and lions. The lion will eat, and the hyena will get the leftovers. The lion benefits and the hyena gets its food no matter what, so it's neither harmed nor benefited.
Most of the animals of the savanna have long legs. Oh my god.